Phoenix shows us how teachers are using YouTube as an academic tool. We take you inside of our program and see how Superintendent Graydon, aka Super Scot, reacts to your tweets. All this and more on this technology episode, the SHS Today of tomorrow.
Wynton! It's time to start the show.
Good afternoon, Celine. I'm Alexis Saunders.
And I'm Wynton Kirkpatrick. Welcome back to this tech episode of SHS Today.
Next week, during all lunch periods, if you purchase a $10 shirt, you will get into the Huron's hockey game for free.
Whichever lunch raises the most money receives a longer lunch break. 5 minutes for $250 and 10 minutes for $500.
Donations go to the American Heart Association.
From chalkboards to whiteboards,
Smartboards to Elmos, education has been evolving.
it wasn't long ago that we were learning from overhead projectors, but now you've probably noticed that teachers are finding new ways to use technology.
Phoenix Velocin shows us the positive effects of YouTube and how it's used as a method of learning.
Hey there, Celine. One of the biggest questions on both students and teachers' minds is, how can we stop kids from getting bored in class? They're far too busy texting on their phones or watching the latest YouTube videos. Well, fear no more, because the best of both education and entertainment is now coming to your classroom. With the rise of YouTube's popularity and variety in videos, more teachers have been open to using the site for education, finding fun, interesting clips to add to the information they teach.
I first started using YouTube when I was student teaching.
I've used it intermittently over the last probably 5 or 6 years.
I think they can help illustrate topics and themes and make things a little bit more clear.
It's one more resource that we can use that can help get our point across.
As opposed to the old VHS videos of the past, YouTube is fast, free, and far better at helping students connect to class material.
I think that they just have access to so many more things. Now there's so much more selection, it's so much better. And I think it'll still have a big role.
We also asked teachers what YouTube videos they like themselves.
There's one where a girl gets hit by a closet. It's called "Please Don't Watch This, Sad Face."
Concert footage from old concerts from back in my day. Watch groups that I like to listen to.
And the closet slowly starts to fall and you're like, no!
And as technology continues to grow, we're hoping Saline schools will grow along with it. This is Phoenix Velocin for SHS Today, signing off.
Thanks, Phoenix. Another resource we found while researching for this story is called TeacherTube, which provides a hosting resource for videos, photos, audio, and documents for both teachers and students in the educational setting.
This show has been brought to you by
In video news production, we cover all sorts of different topics related to video production world.
I learned how to write news package stories. I figured out how to use a green screen, how to use a TriCaster, which is like a switcher, a teleprompt. Everything that you would think is in the news industry is what you learn in this class.
We're shooting a show called SHS Today, and we're producing that in the second and third trimesters.
We're a high-grade production studio putting out a weekly news show that goes out for the schools to see. We do a really good job with it.
Being in front of the camera obviously is not for everybody. It makes people nervous, and I just want people to know that there are more positions behind the camera than there are in front of the camera. It's also really fun. Video production is fun. I mean, we get to play with great equipment. I mean, look at this stuff, you know.
If you're interested in a career in the news industry, sign up for video news production today.
While you're scheduling next year's classes, consider giving a look at the video programs. See your counselor or Mr. Bush for more information.
This program and all other Consortium programs will be on display on Monday, February 2nd for the annual South and West Washtenaw Consortium Open House. It starts at 6 p.m. and students are encouraged to attend to find out more about the 16 different technical programs offered.
A possible snow day that wasn't called a couple weeks ago inspired quite the reaction on Twitter. We thought it would be fun to let @SuperScot reply to some of your tweets about him.
Hey Celine, I'm Alex Martinelli. There haven't been many snow days this year, and some people on Twitter have some things to say about that. We sat down with Scott Graydon to see what he thought about some of these tweets.
I'm going to need to buy another sled looking at the road conditions heading into school tomorrow @SuperScot. Angelos, doesn't your dad own a snowplow? Hey @SuperScot, I can't see the road. How can I go to school? You made it. More importantly, why was SuperScot taking pictures while driving, especially in such hazardous conditions? I was setting a poor example. Hey SuperScot, what's the weather like outside right now? The coolest. This shouldn't be happening right now. Scott Graydon better not fail us. Scott Graydon is the death of me. Don't want to die this young. The innocent children are at risk. Well done with your alarms. SuperScot, is he super? No, he's not. Thanks, Avery. Polls show that the majority of students have declared Scott Graydon as the most stubborn superintendent in the district. That is true. When @SuperScot saw it was going to snow tonight, he was like this. Yeah, we do have snow plows. For the most part, the tweets were, honestly, for the most part, the tweets were good. Yeah, a lot of the students and the ones you had today, they didn't cross the line. I just want to make sure they're respectful. Calling snow days is never easy, so we do take it seriously, even though we like to have a little fun every now and then.
I'm Alex Martinelli. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Alex. Looks like we're going to need some more snow.
And thank you, Mr. Graydon, for being such a great sport.
Well, this is a story all about how Hallie Fox won the Poetry Out Loud. 33 contestants used their rhythm and rhyme, but Hallie did everything just in time.
She's been awarded with $100 thanks to the English department and will advance to the state finals in March.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm Alexis Saunders.
And I'm Wynton Kirkpatrick. Tune in next week for the following stories. Who is Gordy Boucher? New classes coming to Saline, and a highlight of the Saline District Library.
Have a great weekend, Hornets.